So for Algebra 2, here we are with 2.8. We are just doing the linear stuff today. So we're going to take the back of that note sheet that says absolute value. We're going to cross that out. And we're just going to do some linear stuff. So we're going to start off with y equals 2x minus 5. Okay, take a look at that and think about what you would do to start that off. Okay, the minus 5 is our y-intercept, and that tells us where we want to start. Okay, so we want to start at negative 5 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the 2 from the 2x is our slope. And we can also write that as 2 over 1. And 2 over 1 would be our rise over run. So from our initial starting point at negative 5 on the y-axis, we're going to go up 2 over 1. And we'll do that a couple times. Okay, technically you only need 2 dots. 3 is good, 4 is more and better. Okay, so the further out you get, the better, especially when they're close together. All right, there's our first line. Okay, not too bad. Let's see if you can do this one on your own. Okay, go ahead and push pause and try negative 2/3 x plus 4 on your own. Okay, let's see how you did. So plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2/3. Down 2, out 1, 2, 3. Down 2, out 1, 2, 3. It's our rise over run again. With a negative, our rise is going down. And then over 3, we're going to run out 3. Okay, and then we're going to disregard this one over here. And we're going to do a standard form one. Think about 2x minus 3y equals 18. Okay, you can always change it back to slope-intercept form by solving for y. But last class we worked on finding some nice key points quickly from standard form. Okay, we're finding our intercepts by substituting zeros in, or Mr. Handke called it the cover-up method. Because if we put a 0 in for x to find our y-intercept, we're going to cover that up. 2 times 0 is 0. Those go away. Negative 3y equals 18. Our y value would be negative 6. So 0 for x, negative 6 for y. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6. Okay, do the opposite. Let's plug 0 in for the y's. Let's get our x-intercept. If you plug 0 in for the y, that's 0. 2x equals 18. X would be 9. 9, comma 0. And we'd be out there, and there's our 2 points. They're pretty far away, so that's actually good for making a line, that they're far away. Of course, you probably have your student ID handy or some other straight edge handy to help make a better line. If we solve for y, got y by itself, subtract the 2x over, divide by negative 3. Negative over a negative is a positive 2/3 x minus 6. We'd start at negative 6. Go up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3. And we still have the same points. Neato. Okay, back to the front side. we are going to graph linear inequalities. Again, not doing the absolute value inequalities today. We're going to come back and get those at a later time. So graphing y is greater than 2x plus 1, we're going to graph that just like y equals 2x plus 1. The greater than sign tells us two things. We're going to use a dotted line because it's going to be just like an open circle on a number line. And 2, we're going to shade up or above or on top of the line. But first, let's just get started here with our 2x plus 1. We're going to start at 1 on the y-axis. And our slope is 2. So up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Okay, so there's our dots. Now, just like less than or greater than was an open circle on a number line, less than, greater than, going to be a dotted line when we're graphing in the xy coordinate plane. If it was less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we'd have a solid line. Now, where do we shade? Okay, to me, it says y is greater than. So here's my little trick. I put my pen on one of my slope dots. Which way has the greater y values? Up or down? Up. These are going to have the greater y values. So we want to shade the top side. Okay? If that isn't working for you, we can always use a test point. The best test point to use is 0, 0 if that's not on your line. 0, 0 is really close to it, but it's not on this line. So we can use it. Plug 0 in for x and 0 in for y. And we're going to see if it makes a true statement. Okay, 2 times 0 is 0. And 0 plus 1 is 1. Is 0 greater than 1? No. So don't shade that side. Okay, if it would have been true, yes, that's what we want. We shade that side. If it's not true, then we don't shade this side and shade the other side. If you would test out any point over here, it would work. If we test out negative 2, 10, it's going to work. Okay, let's have you try, push pause, and try this one. Y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 7. Alright, let's see how you did. We're going to start at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our slope is negative 3. So that's down 3 over 1. Down 3 over 1. We'll do one more. Down 3 over 1. Less than or equal to is a solid line. And less than, to me, says lower. If I put my pen on one of my dots, or on my line anywhere, which direction has the lower y's? Because y's, we want y's that are less than my line. Down. Okay, we want these y's over here. Okay, you can test a point. 0, 0 is 0 less than 0 plus 7. Is 0 less than 7? Yes. So 0, 0 worked. So I want to shade the side that has 0, 0. One last problem. What about standard? Okay, we can do our same thing we did on the front side with standard form, but we'll have to test a point because it gets tricky with the greater than meaning up and less than meaning down. It gets tricky when we have both of them over here. Okay? So we would want to test a point. Or you can always turn this into slope-intercept form by subtracting the x's over and then dividing by your coefficient. And we would have y is greater than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4. So let's start at 4. Sorry, that got small. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our slope was negative 2/3. So down 2, out 1, 2, 3. Down 2, out 1, 2, 3. Solid line. Greater than or equal to. I can pick one of my points here. Which way has the greater y's? Up. Up, up. So we want this side. If I was doing standard form, cover up the x. 3y equals 12. Y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I cover up my y's, x would equal 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's my dot again. So it ends up being the same 2 dots. Solid line. Let's test a point going back to my original one. Let's put in 0, 0. Does 0, 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Is 0 plus 0 greater than or equal to 12? No. So don't shade that side. Shade the other side of your line. Alright, folks, there is what we're doing for 2.8. Okay, we should have a worksheet. And good luck on that. And we'll have a review next class to get ready for our quiz.